I'm Dr. Austeja Armonaite. I'm originally from Lithuania. That's where I did my studies. I finished school in 2020. The good part about that school was actually that I could do a lot of seeing practice. So that's what I did in 5 years. I traveled around Europe, different hospitals, different people working, different beds and cases. So it was not a surprise that after finishing my studies, I went straight to France, Normandy, to do a rotating internship in a big referral practice. It was a bit crazy there. We had 200 horses per day or so. So it was a massive, massive practice in there. It taught me a lot. And after finishing internship, I went more south, close to Lyon in France, that I worked in a sports medicine practice for 3 years. And then I moved to another practice in the same region that I worked in 2 years, mostly in ophthalmology, before coming to McKee-Pownall. So what inspired me to be a vet is the horses, right? Like I never had considered doing any other animals. I was riding since I was a very young age. And the more I grew, the more I felt connected to nature and medicine and how everything works in a body because it's such a beautiful system. And being able to do both worlds, horses and medical part of it, is very, very interesting. And I feel that we never stop learning because horses, they're ever evolving. The sport is ever evolving. And I think that is the most beautiful and it's the challenging part of being a vet. Well, the person that inspired me a lot was a veterinarian that I worked in Lyon with. His name is Dr. Thierry Grisard. He's just the most wonderful sports medicine expert. He worked with a lot of highest level horses. He was the one organizing veterinary part of Olympic Games. But what really was fascinating that he was just is such a diverse person. He was so excellent in the profession, but at the same time, he kind of managed to also go do the crazy mountaineering activities, skiing and bicycling. I don't know when he slept, but like the whole persona as a veterinarian, I feel that inspired me a lot of how can you combine high level medicine with an interesting life that you can lead in this profession. That is not always very easy to combine. I do have a horse. His name is Rideris. We used to do a lot of show jumping with him when he was a bit younger, but he developed this weird lameness on and off for some time. Then was actually diagnosed with an elbow bone cyst. So he's a very good veterinarian horse. That was a sad experience because he's a very talented show jumper. But at the same time, I think that his difficulty health wise allowed us to try and find another way of being together. And that's how I got more into natural horsemanship techniques. Because I feel there are a lot of ways how to make a horse more into activity that you're doing and more cooperative. And I think that translates very well of how can we get the horses on board with our medical interventions, right? Because most of the time they're afraid or they're in pain. So actually making horse calm down and cooperate and come into contact with us is actually very helpful many times for whatever medical interventions we do, and also safety wise for horse and a person. So I think my horse taught me a lot about it, and in the end I'm grateful for what we have with him now. I enjoy all the outdoor activities: hiking, running, trail, ice climbing, kayaking, whatever. Just me in nature, I really enjoy that. And for the past 2 years, I got into paragliding, which is a very interesting way of flying. I used to work in a region in the French Alps, so we had mountains. So my after work activity sometimes we do the hike and fly, which is you hike up the mountain, then you fly down. It's very nice, and there are spots to do that in Ontario too. I discovered them progressively now. It's very cool activity to do. Well, I'm very happy to be here in Ontario, start working with McKee-Pownall. I think it's a wonderful team that works very well together. Everyone is just so good at their job to get consultations organized and everyone on board and the technicians on the road and the office staff is just it's just a nice team to work in. And I'm very much looking forward to meeting all the clients and their horses and just to discover all these different farms and different activities they do, because it's so much more varied than it is in Europe. So yeah, I think I'm starting a new chapter of my veterinary life.